Hi guys, this is O-level chemistry, paper 12, June 2020, question 31. Which row correctly compares carbon dioxide and methane? Both contain carbon? Yes. So options A and B will be carried forward, C and D are eliminated. Both are described as greenhouse gases? Yes. CO2 and H2 are both greenhouse gases, which leaves out option A. So option B is the correct option. And let's look at the last column. Both lower the pH of water when they dissolve in it. No, lowering of the pH of water means the gases are acidic. CO2 is an acidic gas, methane is a neutral gas. So this is incorrect. So the there is no tick in option B, which means option B is correct. So option B is the correct option for this question. Question 32. Seawater has to be purified in order to obtain drinking water from it. Which processes are used to purify seawater? Okay, we need to use the processes here. Fractional distillation, which is used. No, fractional distillation is not used to purify seawater. So options A and B become incorrect. C and D might be the correct option. Now, desalination. Desalination means removal of salt. Seawater is full of salt. We need to get rid of it. So, desalination has to be used. This makes option C the correct option for this question. Question 33. Which structure represents an isomer of butane? So, butane is C4H10. Whichever of these will have the same molecular formula will be an isomer of butane. Okay, so A has C4H10, B also has C4H10, C also has C4H10, but D has C4H8. So surprisingly, only option D was eliminated. So far, A, B, and C all are correct. So now let's look at these structures closely. In A, if we start counting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we come to the conclusion that A is the structure of butane itself. So it is not an isomer of butane. In B, if we start counting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is also the structure of butane itself, and it is not an isomer. So that leaves option C. Let's look at that. We have 1, 2, and 3. 3 carbon atoms in the parent chain, and we have got a methyl group on the second carbon atom. So the name of this compound would become 2-methyl propane. So it is not another way of making butane. It is actually an isomer of butane, 2-methyl propane, making option C the correct option for this question. Question 34. Which statement about organic compounds methane, ethene, ethane, and propane is correct? Okay, we've got one alkene and three alkanes. Okay. Only C2H4 and C2H6 declare as bromine water? No. C2H4 will, C2H6 will not. They are all saturated compounds? No, the alkene is not saturated. They are all unsaturated compounds? Alkene is unsaturated, rest of them are saturated. They are all hydrocarbons? Yes. All of them are made up of only carbon and hydrogen, making them hydrocarbons. So option D is the correct option for this question. Question 35. The alkenes are a homologous series. Which statement about alkenes is correct? An alkene molecule contains 4 fewer hydrogen atoms than an alkane molecule with the same number of carbon atoms. So for alkanes, the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. And for alkenes, the general formula is CnH2n. So there is a difference of 2 hydrogen atoms, not 4. So 4 is wrong, 2 is the correct number of hydrogen, that is lesser. Okay. If a food is described as polyunsaturated, it means that it contains polymers. No, it means that it contains multiple double bonds. Propene reacts with steam to form propanol. Yes, because water or steam adds on to the double bond. And the general formula of alkenes is CnH2n plus 2. This is not for alkenes, this is for alkanes. So this makes option C the correct option for this question. Question 36. Which organic compound is used as a solvent, a renewable fuel, and in the production of vinegar? Okay, it should be a solvent, it should be a renewable fuel, and it should be used in the production of vinegar. Vinegar is ethanoic acid. Something that makes ethanoic acid is ethanol. So option A is vinegar itself. So it cannot be used to make vinegar. Option B is ethanol, which is oxidized to make vinegar or ethanoic acid. Option C is propanoic acid, again an acid. And option D is propanol. Propanol can form propanoic acid, not ethanoic acid. And we also know that ethanol is a renewable fuel because it is made from sugarcane and it is also used as a supplementary fuel for cars in some countries. So the correct option for this question is option B. Question 37. Which structure shows the carboxylic acid with the lowest relative molecular mass? First of all, let's see which structures have a carboxylic acid present. So in A, we have got a C double bond with an OH group. This is a carboxylic acid. In B, we have a C double bond with an OH group. This is a carboxylic acid. In C, we have got a C double bond O, but no OH present on either side. So this is not a carboxylic acid. So C is not one of the considered options. And D has got OH on both sides, but the absence of C double bond O eliminates option D. So out of A and B, we have got the one having a lowest relative molecular mass. In A, we have got CH2O2, and in B, we have got C2H4O2. Just by looking at the molecular formula, the MR of A would be lower than the MR of B, making A the correct option for this question. Question 38. What is the name of the ester shown? Okay, instead of looking at the options, we'll just name the ester. In the part that comes from the alcohol, we've got 3 carbon atoms. So this becomes propyl. And in the part that comes from the carboxylic acid, we've got 4 carbon atoms. So this becomes butanoate. So the ester is propyl butanoate, making option B the correct option for this question. Question 39. The diagram shows the structure of a monomer. Which diagram shows the partial structure of its polymer? So let's draw a repeat unit of this monomer. So in the repeat unit, we will have 2 carbon atoms. On one carbon atom, we will have a CH3 group and a fluorine atom. And on the other one, we will have a chlorine group and a hydrogen atom. So whichever of these structures has this repeat unit present is the correct structure. So let's look at A. A has a carbon atom with 2 hydrogen atoms, which is not there in the repeat unit. So A is wrong. B has a carbon atom with a fluorine and a hydrogen. The fluorine should be with CH3. So B is wrong. C has a carbon atom with a fluorine and chlorine. Fluorine and chlorine were not present on the same carbon atom. So that makes structure C wrong. Structure D has this is the actual repeat unit that was drawn above. So as we can see, structure D has the same repeat unit that we made from the given monomer, making structure D the correct option for this question. Question 40. Which statement about polymers is correct? Nylon and terylene are produced by addition polymerization? No, both are condensation polymers. Nylon and terylene are both contain amide linkages. Nylon contains an amide linkage, pterylene contains an ester linkage. Simple sugars are produced by hydrolyzing proteins. No, simple sugars are produced by hydrolyzing starch. Proteins upon hydrolysis will produce amino acids. So this statement is completely wrong. And D, starch contains the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Yes, it will contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen because it is a polyester. So it is made of sugar. Sugar is also made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen only, making option D the correct option for this question.